just been mooching down the yard, and I found some examples of a job that we did in 2016. So this was an archaeological job. So it was the Mithras Temple in London, which is a 1st, 2nd century AD Roman temple. It's currently under the Bloomberg building. So they rebuilt it. It was originally discovered, I think, in the late 40s, early 50s. And then so bits of it went onto Temple Bank. Lots of it disappeared into builders' backyards in and around London. Apparently there was quite a lot found in Morden when they went to rebuild it. So the bricks, it was an interesting job in a sense, working out how they did it. So we had to make them the same as they were made in Roman times, although we didn't have slaves, although I am a bit of a slave. So the bricks, the biggest ones were these. So if you imagine that shrunk probably 15%. So you notice we had to stamp everything because it was going into, so they would have been using original bricks and these in the same job. So all of our bricks had to be stamped WB in 2016 for future archaeologists should they dig it up in another 1,000 years or so. So the largest bricks were these. And I suspect the Romans produced all the bricks like this, because although we made 3 different sizes, that's 1/3 of the big one, and that's 1/2 of the big one. So I suspect they were all made in that size and then just cut down to size. There was no health and safety, they were made by slaves. So the fact that that weighed best part of, I'm trying to think, but I think it was at least 30 kilos, so 60 odd pounds of clay to produce that, and it was cast directly onto the floor. Hence a lot of Roman stuff has animal footprints because they were literally cast onto the ground. So I think, and because they were made by slaves, they didn't care. So even though they could have made them that size and been a lot easier, it didn't really matter because it's broken, get me another one. Go and conquer some more tribes or whatever. So yeah, so it was a nice job. We got it because we've got access to a lower bed of clay, which would have been very, very similar to what would have been available on the Thames. So a very silty clay. So this was our bottom bed of clay, just dug as dug as it were. So it's fairly clean. It's just very, very coarse. So yeah, that was quite an interesting job. I've yet to go and actually see it though, but hopefully one day.